Jamaica's male sprinters, Nahnguhnwin Nuttin, meaning they're not going to win anything unless. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Now go ahead, please hit that subscribe button so we can continue to grow. When you do that, go ahead and hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. We drop a video at least once a day here on Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoyed the content, please hit that like button. And finally, leave your thoughts after this sports analysis where we take a look at and we break down the races. So, when you're ready? Yep, good to go. Gone are the glory days, it seems, for Jamaica when Usain Bolt was the world's, still is the world's fastest man over the 100 and 200 meters. We dominated in the men's 4x100 meters, and Yohan Blake became and still is the second fastest male athlete in the 100 and 200 meters all time. Jamaica's male sprinters dominated the world. Now the issue is we are not quite back to that place. And many of you, many Yardies, many Jamaicans are, let's use the word, disappointed in the performance of our male athletes. In fact, some of you are outright angry and upset. Some of you on this channel say stuff that surprises even me, the way sometimes you are upset. But I can understand. We are passionate about our athletes and we want to see them succeed. Since the retirement of Usain Bolt in 2017, Jamaica's male sprinting just has not been the same. However, I can see that in the last couple of years, as we keep saying here at Peter Lloyd World, I've seen a plethora of great young talent coming into being, the likes of Christopher Covey Taylor, Parchment, of course, the gold medalist, the young Broadbell, another remarkable young talent, the new 200-meter runner. There is Ackem Blake. There is Brian Novell, Guaje Mkume, and Davison, and many, many more. In fact, I'm of the opinion that we are beginning to see the light. And of course, then there is the remarkable Oblique Seville. But I think for our male athletes to really get back to great prominence, three exact things have to happen outside of their physical abilities, which I think we have certainly proven at the last World Championships. First up, we're not going to win unless we learn how to deal with criticism. Our athletes have to become psychologically stronger. One of the things that the team needs, and we need access to, our sports psychologists for obvious reasons. Our male athletes need to learn how to cope with negative criticism, understanding strategies used by sports psychologists or working with one can help them to do that. Also, while on the field, they need to let go of the noise. Nothing anyone says matters. Just listen to your breathing and the beating of your heart. If you focus on your game and let go of criticism, you will build confidence in your ability and feel motivated to work harder. This is something I think many of our male athletes must learn if we are to get back to full dominance. Oblique Seville did well in the recent World Athletics Championship, but he fell short, which disappointed many, coming, of course, fourth in the finals of the men's 100 meters. So in the age of the troll, we have to teach our male athletes how to deal with criticism. And I believe as sports psychologists, being accessible to all our male athletes would be a great help. Now, the second thing that our male athletes have to do, or them naga really win, is a study published in the Sport Journal found that distractions and criticism can drain mental energy, decreasing a performance. One way to focus better is to decrease anxiety levels. Relaxation training and meditation prior to the game or whatever can block out what's going on off field. Research has shown that having a strong support system has many positive benefits, such as higher levels of well-being, better coping skills, and a longer and healthier life. Studies have also shown that social support can reduce depression and anxiety. A strong support system can often help reduce stress. Now, listen. I know that many of you think you have the right to criticize. Nothing is wrong with that. You have to express yourselves. But understand that if you want our male athletes to rise to the heights of great men again, we have to kind of ease up on the criticism, unless it is constructive criticism, because these are human beings. It's going to impact them. And as I've often said, we ourselves, meaning us, the public who are supposed to be supportive of these athletes, have to find a way to express the things that we're not pleased with in a more balanced manner. These are human beings. Sometimes these are very young athletes, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So one, we have to be a little less critical and a little bit more constructive in that criticism. And secondarily, the athletes, as I stated earlier, have to build more resolve and be able to cope with this criticism, which they're going to get. Trolls exist, it happens. So in other words, for number two, we're not going unless we, the public who are supposed to be supporting our male athletes, become a little less critical, a little less negative, and be more constructive in our criticism, if you understand what I'm saying. And secondly, the athletes have to figure out ways to cope with criticism. It's going to happen. That's the other thing. So we're dealing with the purely psychological aspect. We're assuming, if we have athletes who come forth in the world championships, it means that our athletes are physically there. So what can we do to improve? Now, this, of course, is my 2 cents. And the final thing that we here at Peter Lloyd World believes that our young male sprinters need. In an article entitled "Positivity is Not Magic, It's Science, Managing People," this is by Ana Garcia Villas Boas, right? Written, which was published February the 1st, 2022. The article goes on to state that Barbara Fredrickson, a professor of psychology and the director of the Positive Emotions and Psychology Laboratory at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, has been investigating the effect of positive emotions for more than 30 years. Her research shows that people with a positive attitude overcome difficulties more quickly and are more resilient. Based on her research, she developed the broaden and build theory, which uses positive emotions to solve developmental and growth challenges instead of solving survival issues. Her research established that a positive mindset is the breeding ground for creativity, expansive and visionary thinking, empathy, cooperation, and connection. In other words, what I'm saying is the final ingredient that our male athletes need to adapt in full, and we, the supporting public of these Jamaican athletes, need to adapt, is a positive attitude towards them. People stop pronounce negativity upon the young man them. Stop say, Lord, we can't win, and boy, since Bolt and Yohan Blake now ever get back to farm, I'm time come and gone. And just stop. This is scientific now. It is saying this attitude impacts our environment and us in a real physical way. You want your athletes to win. I'm not saying we can't be critical. Nothing is wrong with that. But it has to be constructive in nature. It has to come from a place of positivity and nurture. It has to be nurturing in nature. As I said, these are young men. Nahnguhnwin is still in high school. Brian Lavelle, apologies, is still in high school. Oblique Seville is like 20, 21. These are young people. I think that in the last 2 years, we now have a crop of young men who can win the world stage and will win the world stage. I'm saying that if they become stronger psychologically, if we implement a sports psychologist to work with all our male athletes, all of them, and I mean all, if we, the public, are less critical and less negative in how we speak about them, and if they, as athletes, become stronger psychologically and able to deal with this sort of criticism, we are going to be winning right now. One of the things about Usain Bolt that I noticed was his undying belief in self and his positivity. But this, of course, is just my 2 cents. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and hit the like button. You are royals, kings and queens. Bless up.